So vestibular, bad in school. Stay away from it, okay? Especially elementary, middle school. You don't want kids doing vestibular stuff. The vestibular stuff is just gonna rev them up in school. High school kids, absolutely, do vestibular, especially first thing in the morning. First couple hours of the day, vestibular is helpful. Go ahead. Absolutely. Yep. Okay, so two things. One, let me restate just so that they have it. So recess, yeah, chaotic, really tough. A lot of kids kind of melt down at recess, right? Because they rev up so much that they almost like catch on fire because they've got so much energy. So what do we do to make recess work? One, have a plan. So when you're going out there, what structures are we going to go on? What kids are we playing with? If you know that there's certain escalators as far as other peers are concerned, probably not the best to do facilitated peer interaction at recess because it's just too escalating. It's a big space, they're outside, so they're more likely to wind up instead of wind down, those hyper-aroused kids. So we really want to make sure that we have a plan. Okay, we're going outside, we're playing on this structure. Here's a timer. We're coming in 5 minutes before all the other kids, and we're going to do this super fun activity that 5 minutes before. And you get to pick a friend to do that with, so we can work on some more facilitated peer interaction and everything else. Keeping that timer with them, you're telling them each time, okay, you've got 5 more minutes, you've got 2 more minutes, you've got 1 more minute, it's time to go in. And then we're going in and you're having the other peer help assist. So they picked the preferred peer. The preferred peer is like, come on, it's time, we're going in now. And they're helping to guide in. So you're not standing on the playground going, yeah, they just took off. Because that's the worst, right? When you're outside with your student at recess and then they leave or they won't come in, they're at the top of the structure like, you can't get me, you know? So having a plan to get them in. So they need usually a preferred peer, a preferred activity once they come in. And decreasing that time over time. If you're starting at the last 10 minutes of recess, then you bump it to 7 minutes and you bump it to 5, 4, 3, stay at 3 for a while before you go to 2 and 1 because that whole lineup, go in the building, is gonna be like, okay, I'm lining up. Oh, we're not going in first. Oh, the swings are calling my name. And they're gonna run back to play on those things. So likely what you're gonna need to do is when they're then at the point with their other peers and their other classmates going in, your class needs to go in first for a few times until they can learn to actually wait for that period of time. Does that help? Okay. So yeah, recess is tough. Recess is usually the most unstructured time with the least amount of support. And it is the biggest time as far as being able to integrate, you know, being able to work on a lot of those physical skills and everything else. And I always say, have a plan. Even more so than the academic time, have a recess plan.